Anyway, Ron Nasty was blown away with the reaction of Ruttlefest. That led directly to the putting together of the Archaeology album with those new tracks. And we all wanted one thing. We wanted to see the guys back together on stage, which we're seeing this weekend. And they've consented kindly to do this press conference. And you are, of course, all members of the media, and we know that your questions will be suitably as you get from the mediocrity. So would you please welcome, these are the guys who changed the world. They changed the universe, they changed the solar system. Barry Wong, Ron Nasty and Stig O'Hara! Well, it's a big thrill. Gentlemen, thank you very, very much indeed for coming and gracing this press conference. We have, as you see, large numbers of the media, a lot of cameras, TV crews, and Wally, of course, myself will help moderate questions. Perhaps, Wally, would you like to start, since we have the Rutles here at this rare press conference, with a question, Wally?
I'm confused. Stig, I'm looking at the signs here. Stig, Barry, Nasty, you're... Oh, okay. Thank you. What is the moment
Capital of Abyssinia?
that you most savored getting back into the studio together?
What was the middle bit?
What'd you like about doing this reunion thing?
Well, seeing each other for one.
Yeah. We hadn't seen each other for a long time, and when we got together, it was like no time at all.
And the tea.
Like a cup.
Now,
I said a cup, nothing in it.
now,
I've given up.
when you got back in the studio, of course, you were mixing, not just doing some new tracks, but you were also mixing some old tracks from way back, I suppose from All You Need Is Cash Time. So could you tell us something about the tracks that you found that were old rehearsal tapes, perhaps?
Are they pink socks, or have you just got no socks?
Yes.
I just thought you hadn't been in the sun for a while.
I'll give you my room number later, Barry, if you feel that way about me. But no, do tell us about the genuine old tracks that you found from way back.
Well, there are some genuine old tracks on the album. We found them way back.
And the titles would be?
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. That's the difficult question. Now She's Left You. Now She's Left You was a track that could have been in the movie, but...
Yes, there was a track that could have been in the movie.
But we already had Between Us, which is a similar kind of thing, which Stig sung, with no regard for continuity, because he changed his guitar halfway through. That one, the outtake, which is a totally genuine thing of We've Arrived and to Prove That We're Here, was only ever recorded the one take. And what you hear is what you get. Well, that's probably why it never made the movie. And we had a backing track which none of us could remember. But we liked it, but seriously, for a moment, we wanted to have as much of Ollie Halsall on the album as possible. And Ollie's no longer with us, and we missed him terribly when we were making the album. So we got this track out and realised we couldn't remember what it was. And so while we were recording, I put a tune to it, and there wasn't time to put any proper words to it, so it ended up called Unfinished Words.
And it's been finished now, though. It's awful.
It's a kind of tribute to Paul McCartney, telling everybody about yesterday when it started off life as scrambled eggs. So one day Unfinished Words might turn into something that Barry might think of.
Stig, you have a reputation, perhaps unfairly, of being the quiet one, and Ron not only has the microphone, he owns the microphone company. Stig, so you have this reputation of being the quiet one. Is this an unfair reputation, Stig?
It's slightly unfair. I mean, can you hear it?
Just
Is there sound coming out?
Yes, we can hear you, but why did you get that reputation? It seemed almost as though you never spoke, but...
Well, obviously I didn't speak in the movie, but in real life, there's the vocal box in here.
Did they cut out your voice from the movie?
I don't know. Were you there when we were doing this?
It was an American Idol joke, you see, because George is known as the quiet one, and he thought it'd be really funny if Ricky never said a word. But off the set, you couldn't shut him up.
It was
And the thing was, he only got half the fee.
I think that was probably it.
Are there any members of the press here that would like to fire off a question, as long as they're within microphone range?
What you say now? Never saw your lips move.
Ron, do you plan on writing another book?
Ron, do you plan on writing another book?
Yeah, I've already written one under my pseudonym. It's called Gloom, Doom and Very Funny Money, Economics for Halfwits. It's a good laboratory book, you know. It's all about global economics and how we got where we are. It's about as much fun as a rattlesnake and a lucky dip. Sorry, yeah.
There was another member of the press.
Further questions? Any questions on this side? Over here. Oh, we're over here. Okay.
Is Dirk dead?
Not quite sure.
George who?
Dirk.
Oh, it's Dirk. No, he's deaf.
He had a bad cold in April.
We are somewhat limited by the length of our microphone cords.
Okay, there's a TV crew man who wants to ask a question while he's shooting.
Barry, could you tell us how you came to sue yourself?
But he says that under advice of counsel.
In fact, he was misquoted. He said he could suit himself.
It's a spelling mistake, actually.
We have a question here from BFUFCM.
Is it true that Dirk has become a knight of Columbus?
Knight of Columbus.
He's become a knight in white satin.
I see there from Rutles Fan magazine, Al from Rutles Fan magazine.
From Rutles Fan.
Stig, I want to find out, who was more difficult to work with, Ron Nasty or Mike Love?
Yeah, I think Bonnie Raitt.
Further questions? Question over here. Yes.
This is a question for Barry. I understand that after the Rutles broke up in the 70s, you had a hairdressing business. How did that go?
It went well until, well, there was a problem. There was a customer one day just went berserk with some hot rolling tongs. And I got severely scarred mentally and physically. I just developed a phobia about hairdressing and follicles. And I just thought, well, follicles are there, so I'm back in. So I sold it.
And
I'm in chocolate now.
who does your hair now?
Nobody, can't you tell?
Hello, I'm Maxwell House from the Coffee Growers Association. I just wanted to know what are the, how hard was it to kick tea, and what are the symptoms of tea withdrawal?
Assuming you kicked it.
Well, I can't answer that.
I'd hazard a guess, because I read a lot of magazines. I think one of the main symptoms of tea withdrawal is people are generally generally less prone to give opinions. They probably leave the bathroom in a tidier state.
We have further questions on this side.